What is going on, all you profitable stylists out there and all you future profitable stylists out there? We're talking about stylist burnout. 'Tis the season. From Halloween to New Year's, it's the holiday rush for the beauty industry. And during this time, more than ever, you produce the equivalent, if not double, what you make the entire year combined, just in this 8 to 10 week period. It is insane how important and vital the holiday season is to the beauty industry and to the individual stylist. Okay. With that said, the amount of pressure that comes onto a stylist this particular season right now is threefold the amount of stress, pain, profit, and everything else in between from the entire year put together, just packed real nice and tight in this small little window of time. All right. We've got with us today Carmelina, who is from, what's the salon you're from, Carmelina?
Gina Renee's Salon and Spa.
Gina Renee's Salon and Spa. What are you in Arlington Heights, Illinois?
Correct.
Okay. So you're going to give us, well, I mean, we're both going to be giving the stylist perspective, but also you're going to give us, you're more focused on the operational functions of running the salon. You get it worse than I do. Since I'm a stylist, I get to sit behind the chair and I get to focus on the client themselves. So I'm in the trenches on the front line, right there with you, you know, knee deep in it. But I say you've got it worse because you're dealing with all the other operational things that are making everything run smooth. So I get to stand there.
Yeah. and I'm running like a psychopath.
And you're running around like a psychopath. So that's what we're doing. All right. We're going to go through the problems. We're going to go through the burnout scenarios. It's funny to me because there's a couple of consultant answers, business consulting scenarios that we can do to potentially correct this. Here's the problem with some of these responses. They all sound great on paper, but when it comes to the beauty industry, it's such, like, we don't play by the regular rules with the rest of the world. So we're going to have a laugh at some of these. I'm probably going to have a laugh at most of these. You ready to do this?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, you hit me. What do you want to talk about first? What's the first problem, the first type of burnout you want to bring up?
I want to talk about what is the physical strain on the body.
Oh, you're just going right into it. Well, 30 years later, I could tell you. My shoulder hurts. My back hurts. My balls hurt.
Oh.
My wrist hurt. My hands hurt. My fingers hurt. My veins, my hair. I can feel my hair. My hair hurts.
Sounds like you need a spa day.
I need a spa. Yeah, I need an exorcism is what I need. My feet, my ankles, my knees, my hips, my ribs, my lungs, my heart. Stomach is a knot. Everything hurts. Okay. The physicality of this industry is through the roof. I don't care what level or how many years you've got in on this business.
Right.
Time is going to be the worst factor of all. Okay. And Papa Time is always going to catch up with you. So if you're in your 20s now, yeah, you think coming to work in heels, and look, it does look great.
That's cute, but yeah, after a time, you're like, oh, gym shoes, comfy shoes.
Comfy shoes, gym shoes all day, every day, you know? I thought wearing, you know, proper shoes, like as a guy, I thought wearing proper shoes was going to be a great thing. Yeah, nah. I wear SWAT team tactical freaking sneakers and boots these days just because they have extra freaking cushioning in them. I don't even care. I just changed my style to a rock. Well, not change my style. I am a rocker, but I mean, I just Don't try to cover it up at the salon anymore. I'm a freaking rocker. This is what I wear. I wear boots. I don't care. They're freaking comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
it allows me to stand on concrete. You can even get, what are those pads? You have those pads, those gel floor mats?
The floor mats, I didn't even know what material, but when you stand, it's like comfortable for your feet. It's supposed to help you.
So it's supposed to help you, and it is nicer than standing on the concrete
On the
floor.
floor, you're right.
But how long does that last?
Who knows? Probably after like a couple hours, you're like, all right.
Yeah, even that. Look, you are standing. You are standing. So footwear is absolute key.
Important.
What do you and I argue about all the time? You love going shopping for clothes and getting a deal, and
Yes.
you come home and you're all excited. You're like, oh, I bought all of this for $50. You know, I got 10 outfits. And I'm like, look, that's all great. And then you show me, like, oh yeah, I got these shoes for $10. I'm like, hey, go return that right now. Go spend 100 minimum. The one thing I don't skimp on is footwear.
Shoes.
You gotta have good shoes. You gotta have good boots. You gotta have good sneakers. Good, even if you wear heels or platforms or whatever the hell they're all called, you gotta spend your money on the good shoes, on the good footwears. It is vital that because from the ankle goes to your knees, goes to your hip, goes to your
Oh,
your
yeah.
lower back, goes up to your shoulder, goes to your neck. I mean, you're preventing headaches. You're preventing everything. Okay. So if there was anything I can say about the physicality of our job, footwear all the way.
Yeah.
As far as which shoe brand is the best, whew, I don't have an answer to.
There's so many of them like out there. I see a lot of people wearing those on cloud, and I know that they're expensive. And also, you could do like Skechers. They have like reasonable prices, and they have like it's reasonable to on cloud or the hookah shoes. I don't know. There's so many out there.
So those that you're mentioning, like the OnCloud and stuff, aren't those the medical ones from the doctor? That it's like Dr. Scholl's type thing, like they measure your foot and they
I'm
give
not.
you the proper
I'm not
cushioning with it.
sure.
I'll
It
tell you
could be.
this. So that's a great one. Okay, you just reminded me. There was, well, it's still there, but whatever town you live in, yeah. Not that you want to run a marathon. Well, if you want to run a marathon, go for it. But find the store that sells marathon running equipment and shoes and sneakers and stuff like that, gym shoes or whatever the freaking thing they're called. Go get your foot measured. They can put you on a treadmill or they can put you on this thing and they can measure it, right? And then they can craft you insoles. You can even, what's the foot doctor called? The podiatrist.
I
You can
think
even,
they have
yeah.
fancy names. I don't know.
Look, an insert will be a couple $100 and then that'll fit into any shoe, right? Go get the insert, go get the insole, get it crafted, scientifically measured and printed specifically for your foot and your shape. And that'll give you the best cushioning and everything. I'm telling you that it leads to the best thing. I go to the Army surplus. I go to the tactical sites. You know, I have police, law enforcement clientele. I ask them where they go to get their gear. I go get that gear. You know, the boots and
Yeah.
and the footwear, because to me that's the most comfortable thing as a guy. I don't care for functionality. I only care about functionality. I don't care how it looks. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta be comfortable. The other thing we were talking about was your salon chair. And we're in the middle of buying new chairs at the salon. And the big debate is the rounded chair versus the square shape chair. Now, a square shaped chair is comfortable for the client, extremely comfortable for the client. In my opinion, it's holy hell trying to work on a client that is sitting in a square shape chair, because the arms by default are thicker, which is more cushioning, more comfort. The back of the chair by default is thicker, which equals more comfort, more cushion and all that. That's great. That sounds all great and luxurious and everything. The problem is you have to bend over an extra 3-4 inches. You could tell the client to shift over to the arm of the chair. You could tell the client to lean back into the chair as much as you can, but you are physically, it may not sound like a lot, but from a chiropractor, I learned this. Your head is like a bowling ball. A bowling ball, even a small one, is still 5 to 6 pounds. They can get up to 8 to 10 to 13. I'm not a bowler. I don't know. But this is what it's to me, right? Now, your neck has to balance this 5 to 10 pound bowling ball on your neck. For every 1 inch you lean forward, it's putting that much more tension and pressure on your spine to hold everything up so your head doesn't plop over. Now, think about that. Think about that for a minute. And think about how often we reach over, we reach up, we do this, we do that, we do this. Think about how much turtling positioning you do just so you don't tell the client to tilt their head slightly or position their head towards you or whatever we're doing, especially when we're working on the bangs. Oh my God. Or especially when we're working on the top of the head. We become Cirque du Soleil gymnasts. We're like Olympic gymnasts trying to reach over to get to the top of the head. It's one of the worst areas on a client's head to work on. And the bottom nape, that's also we bend over and we're contortioning ourselves to get underneath. The chair never pumps high enough.
Yeah.
Or if you're a short stylist and you got a tall client, forget about it, man. You're sitting there doing one of these. You're like doing bench presses all day.
Just tell them to scooch down.
That's the whole thing. You'd be surprised how many stylists are nervous to tell their client to be uncomfortable for a moment for their own.
I get it.
Yeah. So that's definitely a thing. When it comes to the shoulder pains, your shoulders are even in your level right now. If you have to hold a blow dryer and you have to feel your shoulder go up, like to the point where you can balance holding a phone in your shoulder, if you're doing one of those, if your shoulder is moving up that high, the chair's got to get lowered. You got to get higher. I don't care how you got to do it. And if your elbow is away from your buddy, the whole game with blow drying, and it's easier nowadays because blow dryers are so much more lightweight. You know, if you like the red ones, if you like the heavy ones, still the heavy motor ones, that's my personal thing. I'm all for it. I'm not talking against them. But the game with blow drying, with holding a blow dryer, is how to keep your elbow close to your body and how to keep your shoulder not going up into your neck.
Yeah, and I practiced that because you showed me that. And every time I catch myself like this, I'm like, oh, I have to bring it down.
And what's the difference that you have observed?
That my shoulders don't really hurt so much. And also another thing with that is if you can control it and you don't, when you get the hair, you don't tousle it like crazy. Like you just blow dry. Like, you know, it might seem slow at first, but it dries the hair. It's more easier for your shoulders and your, like you were talking about carpal tunnel and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It makes it easy. It may seem slow, but it's fast in the end.
It's way faster in the end.
You can feel it, like you don't hurt so much.
The efficiency. It's all about the efficiency. The other thing I say, the center of your chest is your sternum. That is your level. That is your guide. Then it doesn't matter anymore how big of a person you are, how skinny of a person you are, how tall, how short. If you use the center of your chest, your sternum right here as your guide, this is your center. As long as you're keeping the section of the hair that you're working with always center with you, you're going to keep the best body position possible, which is going to equal the least amount of pain possible. So if you need to turn the client, if you need to turn yourself, if you need to move around, whatever you need to do, use that. That's
Yeah, I always move around.
Yeah.
It
So
helps.
that would be, that would be the best recommendations. And then for the carpal tunnels, I mean, when you're holding your shears, it's all about trying to keep your wrist straight and not doing this or that, right? I, Look, man, they got a lot of those shears now. They're ergonomic shears with the thumb
Wow.
swivel. Do it. It's a little weird at first to get used to, but you pick it up real quick, and then it helps you keep your wrists more straight. There's nothing wrong against that. Nothing wrong against that. So yeah, that's a good one right out the gate. What else you got?
Okay. How about the financial pressure, the income, like money problems?
Oh man,
That's the
you
struggle too.
you really hitting the feels right off the bat, huh?
Oh,
The financial problems. Man, that's a tough one. It's really a tough
yeah,
one because we are in a commission based industry.
correct.
If you don't have the luxury of a consistent schedule, of a consistent salary income. You're not getting paid by the hour. Okay.
Mm-mm.
You can do haircuts all day. Like there are some days on the schedule, they're just haircuts all day. You barely make $1,000, barely, if you even get close. Then there are
Right,
some days you're doing all color, and then you can nail $1,000 day easily, no problem. Then you got your days, you got hair extensions back to back to back. Now you easily making some good money that day.
right.
The game is to try to diversify your book so you're getting a bunch of
Balance. Hmm.
balanced out services just so you can make your $1,000 in that day. But that's the whole game. Can it always happen? Is it easy to make it happen? No, it's not. Is it always
Mm-mm.
going to happen? No, it's not. So it's rough. It's rough. So you got to play the daily game across the weekly game, across the monthly game.
Wow,
And
yeah.
then it all averages out, which means you got to be more responsible with your money. It's called fiscal responsibility. You got to be more on top of it. You got to budget yourself, man. So many people don't make financial budgets for themselves, daily budgets, weekly budgets, monthly, quarterly, annual. It's insane to me when I talk to people about money and they have no
Right.
clue. No clue. They trust the bank and the credit card statement to be like, oh, that's how much I spent. That's what they said. You need to balance that stuff down to the penny. You need to know where your money is going. It's yours. Make the person that's taking your money earn it from you just as much as we have to earn it from the client when they're paying us for our services. We go above and beyond to help our clients to make them feel good, look good, and do them
Right.
great services.
Yeah, that's true.
So now role reverse it, man. When you're the consumer, make that seller earn your dollar. It's
Yeah.
wild. It's wild to me. The other thing that's rough is, you know, beauty schools. It's a rough conversation to have because people are like, oh, how much should I spend on school? I have an opinion. It's not a good one. But unfortunately, here is the problem. And I feel bad for the beauty schools. They have a really tough job. They have a really, really tough job. They have a government mandate that's forcing them to teach a specific thing because
Hmm.
the state board exam is going off a bunch of checklist items. A lot of that stuff is important. I'm not saying it's not important. My
Right.
problem and my hangup with all of it is yes, those things are important. But the reason why the state wants to harp on that and is forcing the schools to teach that so hard is all because of legality. It got nothing to do with what the actual experience behind the chair is going to be.
Hmm.
It's rough. It's really rough. So then what do you do? When you have one teacher for 20 students in a class or 30 students in a class, how does that instructor balance out time to keep everybody on the same schedule? The other problem with school is it's not standardized where, like in a high school, you have a freshman class, a sophomore class, a junior class, a senior class, and everybody's
True.
on their own thing. You don't really mix up the grades, right?
And here's different levels of learning.
And then different levels of learning. Yeah, yeah. In beauty school, look, you might have 1,000, you might be on your last 500 hours. You might be 1,000 in. Well, I'm talking about state of Illinois, goes under 1,500 hours. I may just be, at my 200 hour, I might be fresh. I might have just gotten onto the floor. I may have just gotten done with theory. We're mixed together. Yeah, I get to learn from you and observe from you, and you get to re-establish your basics through me. But where is the individual learning for actual application behind the chair when we get out of school? It's rough, man. The beauty school's got it rough. They do not prepare you. And now you're 30,000 in debt coming right out of school.
Yeah, it's rough.
And then they got this mentality. Half the schools say, oh, go do a chain salon, get some experience for a couple of years, and then go to a big salon. And now you'll have some, you'll be able to make some money. Some schools are like, oh, don't even bother with any of that. Just go rent your own chair fresh out of school. Then you'll make all your money. It's like, but 100% of $0 because you have 0 clients equals freaking 0. You ain't making money right off the gate. You're just putting yourself in further debts with 0 experience on top of it. And going to a chain salon is nice because it's guaranteed hours, guaranteed income, guaranteed salary. There's a baseline for you to work off of with room to improve. But if your intention is to go to a big salon eventually, that's not your career path to stay in a chain salon and move up the ladder, then I don't agree with that, because now you're just building bad habits or good habits or any habits. Are you building any habits? If your intention is to eventually end up in a large salon, a commission-based large salon, go for it immediately. Fight your way in there. Get yourself in there in any way possible. Okay. You may not be making a lot of money up front. You may need assistance. You may need a second job, a part-time, a something. I don't know. But I promise you, when I tell you this, if you can stay the course, you can get good, and that salon is treating you right. You're looking for all the green flags, avoiding all the red flags of dealing with a big salon, and you can get yourself a nice home. Within a year to 3 years, big salons nowadays want you on the floor as soon as possible. It is not like how it was when I was coming up in my time, where it was a minimum 5 years. Didn't matter how good you was.
Wow.
You went to apprentice.
Yeah.
You apprentice, you had to earn your chair. The only way you would earn a chair is if another stylist retired, died, moved away, or if you convinced the owner that you were worth it for them to build another station in the salon just for you. It's so much easier now.
Yeah, I could see that.
Let me rephrase. The time to get started to making money is lessened nowadays. It's not a standard 5 years of apprenticing anymore. You can accelerate it and become a commission stylist in a large salon a lot sooner. You don't have to spend as much time paying your dues. That's a better way to say it. Okay. It's still hard work. I don't care what generation of hairdresser you are. It's still hard work. Every era, every decade of clientele is a different mentality of clientele that you got to deal with.
Right. And then there's also like you don't get any paid vacation or sick days, so you have to factor that in. And like other companies, you could get 401ks, and here you have to like put money aside to do all that kind of stuff. That's another struggle too.
That's the look. Some people are just not built for the corporate environment.
Right.
Some people are, some people aren't. Some people don't like it, but they do it for the stability. The beauty industry draws a specific type of mentality, a specific type of person. They can't deal with that. They need some chaos. We try to structure the chaos as best we can, but we need some kind of chaos, chaotic.
Yeah, that's valid. I can see that.
The trade-off is there is no income ceiling. You can always keep raising your prices. You can always keep doing more services. You can always work more days. You can always work longer hours. You can always get more clientele. You can always hire as many assistants as you want and double book, triple book, quadruple book. It got to the point in my prime, in my craziest year, I had 3 personal assistants. I was booking every 15 minutes. And then I started double booking on 15-minute. And then during the holiday season, I'd be squeezing people in on top of the double booking of the 15 minutes.
Man.
It was insane. I had a shampoo girl that all she did was she spent her whole life with her hands in that bowl, just doing shampoo after shampoo. I had a waiting room at the shampoo bowl area. I had my own personal waiting room by my station. I had 3 stations.
Yeah.
And I had my own waiting room by my stations, and I had the waiting room for the salon itself. It was mental. It was mental. So the sky is the limit. You can make all the income in the world, okay? But the trade-off is, like I'm saying, you got to be fiscally responsible. You got to be financially responsible. You got to pay attention to where your money is being spent, and you got to save your money. Save, 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 and then save some more, okay? Do it now while you can. Open yourself an IRA, open yourself a 401k, open yourself a retirement fund. Find yourself an accountant and find yourself a financial consultant. If you can't figure it out yourself, that's okay. Pay them 1% commission. Who cares?
Yeah, that'll be helping.
In the system to start working for you. Start building compounding interest. Do it now while you're young, in your 20s and your 30s. Let that build for the next 20, 30, 40 years. You will be a millionaire. You will be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You just got to put in $500-600 a month. It sounds like a lot of money, but it's really not. You're talking like $125 a week, which is a partial highlight, which is like 2 haircuts. You know, it's not that hard. It's very reasonable and realistic. It is. I'm telling you, it is. You can do it. And in the beginning, you may not be charging that much. Okay, then it takes you 2 partial highlights. It takes you 4 haircuts to make $125 a week. I don't know, whatever it takes. That's got to be your goal. That's got to be your goal, man. So yeah, that's the financial. Man, you're hitting 2 really rough.
Yeah, like whoo.
The burnout, man. The burnout is rough.
I know, it's very real.
Not being able to pay bills and you're physically in pain, forget about it, man. You know, like who wants to deal with that? You're not getting financially rewarded. You're not getting physically rewarded. You're just in pain all the time and you can't even afford to do anything about it. Of course you're going to get burned out. Yeah. What else you got?
I got, what are some emotional exhaustions?
I'm emotionally exhausted just listening.
Right now, just talking about. I know. It's like emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Yeah, I'm like, for real. It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, it is.
Being in physical pain all day, every day. Just, you ever get a headache?
Oh yeah, lots of them.
Do you ever have a headache that lasts majority of the day or all day? It just doesn't go away?
Oh yeah, I can attend to that. My gosh.
How annoying is that?
Very, because you're like slowing down and you're just trying, you're like, I just want to go home.
And that's just your head hurts. Now your head hurts, your neck hurts, your shoulder hurts, your upper back hurts, your lower back hurts, your knees hurt, your ankles hurt, your feet hurt. Okay? You got to think of the emotional, the mental drain and energy that it takes to just power through just a headache. Now you got to do that 7 more times.
For the whole body? Oh, God.
And now, and I'm not saying the clients are do this on purpose or they're all terrible. I'm not saying that at all. There's a lot of clients that are having a good day and they share with you their good day. And then there's a lot of clients that are having a bad day and they share with you their bad day. Some clients want to goof off. Some clients want a therapy session. Some clients want to
Just sit
confess.
and just do their work or something. Sometimes they
Some
don't
clients
want
want to
to
be quiet.
talk.
They want to do their work. Like there's so many different
Yes.
personalities that you got to deal with. And we don't have time to reset. Sometimes you're dealing with your first client of the day, and that's one type of mentality.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
your next client shows up. You are still like here, and now you got to come down to that client's level, or you got to jump up to that client's level, but you still got to bridge the gap with the client you're with. Like we are in a constant roller coaster.
Oh, sure.
It's draining. It's
Yeah.
draining. Even on a good day, it's draining. Who do we get to talk to?
To
Who do
nobody.
um,
Go in the break room and be like, ah!
seriously, right? Come home and you're like, how was your day? I'm like, do not talk to me. I just want
Right.
this
I just need to sit in silence for a little bit of time. I don't want to talk to anybody. I know.
It's the sound of silence, man. I'm telling you, it's you don't want to talk to nothing. You just want to stare at a wall, zone out.
Yeah, I know. That's
It's
true.
wild. It's really wild. So the emotional,
That's real.
it's so real because we care about our clients. We remember stuff about
Right.
them.
That's true.
We remind them of stuff about the last time we saw them because we see them every so many weeks.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
And you know somebody for so many years on top of it.
Right.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. So you got to have some kind of mental exercises. You got to have, I don't know, some music you could jam out to. You got to have meditation things. I don't know. You got to have your favorite bottle of whiskey that you can drown your tears in. I don't know. It's probably not the best suggestion. Drink responsibly. But it's like,
half bottle in. I'm still responsible. But then in reality, remember, like they did like statistics like, oh yeah, take a 30-minute lunch. Oh yeah.
oh, that consultant is like, oh yeah, you just have to block off a hard 30-minute block of your day so you could take a lunch.
Or just take 4 people. Like, oh yeah, okay, just take 4 people. Or just do 6 if it's just haircuts. Like, oh sure. Like half the time we don't have time to eat. Oh, there's 4 minutes on the timer. Okay, let me guzzle this on. Oh. And then you're like, okay, next. And then you get another 4 minutes. So you're just like, okay. It's always like, even if you try to sit, you have like a pin in your butt, and you're like, oh, gotta get moving. Let's go. Like, yeah, all right. Where did they come up with this? That's funny.
It's so true. Yeah, only do haircuts because that's the easiest, less physically impactful service, apparently. Then you only do 4 a day, so you can really, give yourself time, stretch in between, and then give yourself a lunch. So yeah, you just have to charge each client $250 each to make your 1,000 a day. Like, okay, yeah, that's all that takes. That's easy enough. It's wild, man. It's really wild. Oh man, I just lost my train of thought what I was going to say to you. Yeah. Oh, now I remember. You're talking about guzzling food down in 4 minutes, right? You laugh at me a lot because at the salon, I'm always like, oh, when's the last time? Since when is the last client you've had to go pee? And and that's the game. I had to go pee since 3 clients ago. Yeah, I've had to go since 5 clients ago. And it's like every time you get halfway to the bathroom, the phone rings or somebody else walks in and you're like, whoop, let me turn around. And they're like, oh, you really like dancing? I'm like, nah, man, I'm doing the It's rough. It's rough. Yeah, sometimes you can't even freaking pee when you want to, let alone eat or take a break or sit down. Forget about it.
Yeah, you could like go take a bite and it's like, oh, you gotta go do this. Like, oh man, I just want to have like a few bites, please. But then you have to come back, and then by that time you're like, I ain't even hungry anymore.
Emotional damage. The emotional damage is rough. Yeah, that was rough. They say between those first three things that we just talked about, the
Right.
burnout happens within the first 3 to 5 years.
Wow.
And we are at, what was the last time I looked up the statistic for it? I think there was a 60 to 70% dropout rate, something like that. So like stylists that enter the industry and then exit the industry all happens within the first 3 years, basically.
Mm.
That's a wild statistic. That's like some boot camp, military boot camp style thing, man. That's rough.
Man. I
Yeah,
know.
this is not for this industry is not for the faint of heart. You know, we are warriors, man. It is rough.
Yeah.
The payoff is astronomically awesome. Like it's insane. You know, it's worth it. Uh, but you got to survive. You got to survive the initiation, man. What
Right.
else?
What I also got is how is it like for doing like scheduling and your time management? That could be nuts.
There is no time management. It is time management is the most chaotic. Man, it is really the most
That's rough.
chaotic thing because there's no standardization.
Yeah.
No, you could do a haircut in 5 minutes. You could do a haircut in an hour. Like there is no industry standard that says it takes this much time and it costs this much money and this is how it's all done. Everybody has their own creative way of doing something. It's insane how that works. Absolutely
Yeah.
insane. You could book on 15 minutes and then, like I said, you could book every 15 minutes and then double book on top of that. So then what? You're booking every 7 minutes. It's nuts. 7.5 minutes. It's freaking nuts, right? You can. Yesterday, we were talking about being fully booked every night from now through New Year's.
Oh, sure.
And then we're still talking about I can squeeze you in. Maybe I can squeeze you in over here. Maybe I can squeeze you in over there. Like
Right, you're piling it on.
it's nuts. It's really, really nuts. So
Mm.
scheduling, and then oh, what's going on Saturday? Oh, there's a birthday party we got to go to. Oh, you know what? This client just called. I got to take her. Oh, where are you going? It's Christmas. I have a Jewish client. I'm just going to go do her hair real quick. She's got nothing else to do. I'm going to go make some money real fast. And then I'll be back for dinner. Like, we don't respect
Right.
own personal beliefs, schedules, family, or anything else. We give everything to the client. We come in on days off. We come in on our scheduled full book days. We come in,
Right.
we stay late. We
Stay
do
late, come early.
things to help the client for the client. We are such a service giving personality. It's really, really wild, at the detriment and at the sacrifice of our own personal selves and our own personal families.
Right.
Scheduling, it's the Wild West. Scheduling and pricing. It's the Wild
Yeah.
West. I can take 5 minutes, do a haircut, charge $50. You can spend an hour, do the same haircut and charge $30. Like it's just all over the place. It's really
Yeah.
all over the place. Scheduling is hard.
That's hard.
And then now with the advent of technology, it's even crazier.
Oh, sure. Like some people have that online booking, and then the clients could see like, oh, there's a gap here. Maybe they'll squeeze me in or something, or they put themselves on it, not leaving enough time, or they cancel and move somewhere else. So it's really a wild roller coaster.
It is. It is, and it messes up everything. It messes up the rhythm, it messes up the momentum.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
emotionally stressful, it's financially burdensome, cumbersome, all the way around. All the way around. Everything feeds into something else.
Yep. Also, I've got you know how you always have creative ideas for clients? So, like, what if you're like running out of creative ideas and you're just like, oh, like what to do? You have to like keep thinking. That's another chaos in itself. You're running out of creative ideas.
Creative burnout is real.
Sure.
Creative burnout is real, is very, very. Creative burnout leads to burnout in the passion. that you have
Mhm.
for when you first started in this industry. And when you start losing your passion, all the other things that we just talked about start creeping up and you start thinking about them. Because if you're
Mhm.
passionate, if you love what you do, if you're not making the amount of money that you could be making or should be making, you can justify it because you still love what you do and you're like the money.
Right.
If you're in pain, physically in pain, you're like, you know what? Worth it. I'll go stretch. I'll go work out later. I'm having so much fun doing this, blow dry, doing this perm, doing this, whatever, hair extensions.
Right.
If you are tired, exhausted, got a headache, you find the mental fortitude and the inspiration to move through that because you're like, oh man, she's coming in and I get to do this on her. I'm so excited. You know,
Mhm.
the emotional damage. I mean, you are your own positive cheerleader because you're like, oh man, I get to try this highlighting technique on this person, or I bought this new tool and I'm going to get to practice
Yeah,
on
I
something.
want to use it. All right.
Yeah, I can use it. You know, it's fun. It's exciting. When you're just sitting there slogging client after client. Oh, what are we doing today? Oh, the same thing. Oh, okay. Let me go mix it up. Would you like some coffee? Would you like some water? Would you, oh, do
Yeah.
you want to buy this? Oh, you want the same shampoo again? Okay. Like after a while, it just becomes mundane.
Yeah, and that's not the way to be.
It is it or is it not? That's the problem, Carmelina, because some people, they're like, oh, all I do is touch up gray hair. It's so boring. But that pays the bills.
Right.
And then some people, they outdo themselves each and every time. I got this fantasy color. I got this technique. I got this placement. But then what happens when you run out of placement ideas and strategies? What happens when you run out of formulas? What happens when you can't outdo what you did last time?
Yeah.
What if you come up with a creative block? Like they say with authors, they get the writer's block.
Yeah, they're like, and then you have to like sit there and think about it for a little bit.
Sometimes that little bit takes a day, an
Two
hour, sometimes
days,
it
you
takes a
never
week.
know. Yeah,
You don't know. So creative blocks can happen.
it's a
It
real
can happen.
struggle. Mhm.
The struggle is real. And that's the problem. So, how do you keep yourself motivated and focused? That's the game. Because if you start running out of creative ideas and everything starts becoming mundane and you start losing your passion, everything else creeps up to the surface.
Yeah,
And
not
then
so good.
it's not good at all. It's not good at all. Like I know you worship the kitty devil, so that's where your passion comes from every day.
Nah.
So I'm like, other than Hello Kitty keeping you happy, what other things do you do to keep yourself happy and motivated?
Well, I'm almost like the Energizer Bunny. I just keep going. And I tried, like in the salon, like I always, make everyone feel like comfortable and like keep them positive and even if they're not having a good day, like I try to make them smile and have a good day. It just have to try to stay positive instead of like, oh, this is boring. I'm doing this. Like, maybe sing a tune in your head or like keep yourself going, like entertain yourself.
It always makes me smile when you say to me, where do I find these things from? Because I share with you all kinds of random stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it's dark humor, some of it's wholesome, some of it's off the wall, some of it I make up. And you're like, where do you come up with this
Yeah.
stuff? And look at you, yup. But that's what it is. I'm all over the place. I purposefully seek out things that I normally wouldn't be interested in. I don't know about. I'm curiosity. My curiosity keeps my passion going, and my passion keeps my creativity going, and that's what keeps me going.
That
You know,
reminds me too that like sometimes I'm curious. I'm like, hey, Addie, this color question, or oh, why does this do that? And then you explain. I'm like, oh, okay. And I like hear you on the phone, or I love watching because I'm just like, oh, cool. Like, look at how this is done. Like, it's always like curious. Like, wow.
Observation, watching somebody else work is fascinating. It's really
Yeah.
fascinating because you get to see a perspective that you may not necessarily think of, know of, agree with, disagree with, whatever it is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Collaboration is fun as hell too. When you try to work with another stylist on a thing, whether it's a mannequin, whether it's a real client, whether it's just talking, that's what I love doing group discussions in the classes that we teach.
Oh
And
yeah.
I just love hearing the opinions and getting the interaction of all the stylists attending because it you never know. You never know which way that conversation is going to go. And that in itself keeps the momentum going, that positivity going. So it's wild.
Yeah. And also, it's cool when you're like observing, like you may have a different technique than some other stylists, and then like I'll come home and I'll be like, like how come you're doing this? Like I saw this being this way, like some because I see you do like advanced stuff that like when I see other things, I'm just like questioning, but they're actually doing their own technique that's correct.
Mhm.
So I think that's fascinating.
That's the beauty of our industry. There is so many ways to do the same thing the right way.
Yeah.
There is a few ways to do the same thing the wrong way, but there are so many more ways to get to the same look, and they're all correct. They're not necessarily wrong. It's wild. It's really, really wild. So yeah, keeping the creativity spark going is vital.
Yeah.
Is vital.
Okay, so how about let's talk about the toxic salon culture that can happen.
I mean, it's real.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately it's real. Eh, I don't know why. I don't know where it started from. It's a growing up. It was you wanted to become a name stylist in your area.
Hmm.
You wanted to be popular. You wanted to be the stylist. And there was a huge competitive, it was a huge competition to see who could be the top dog, who could be the top stylist in the area.
Okay.
The reputation mattered so much, so much. And it was rough because, like I said earlier, you would have to mentor and you would have to fight tooth and nail to earn the right to have your own chair. It was
Hmm.
never guaranteed. You could have been an assistant and been mentoring for your entire career. If you didn't fight hard enough to get your chair, it was, yeah. And there was a lot of backstabbing going on. There was a lot of dog eat dog environment going on. We were
Yeah,
competing with
that's very
ourselves.
toxic.
We wanted to get our chair. And then once you got your chair, well, if you were in your 20s, you were the hot new thing, and that got you a lot of clients, but that got you a lot of clients for low end services. The high end services back then was hair color and hair extensions. And
Yeah.
and in my 20s, a lot of clients didn't want to come to me because they're like, "Oh, you're 20 years old. What the hell do you know about chemistry and hair color? Oh, what do you know about hair? How much experience can you really have about hair extensions?" But when it
Yeah.
came to a haircut, an updo, a blow dry, a style, a something, they're like, "Oh, I want him to blow dry my hair? Why? Because he's young, he's hip, he knows the trends." It's like, wait, you're gonna trust me to cut your hair, but you
Right.
don't. But in the same breath, you're gonna tell me you don't trust me to apply your hair color because how much experience I can have? It makes no sense. It's messed up. But that was the whole thing. And then as you got older, then the next up and coming generation stylists came up in their 20s, and now you're in your 30s. And you're like, "Oh, I don't want him to cut my hair. What the hell does he know about fashion? Oh, but I definitely want him to color my hair. He knows how to hair color." And it's like,
Right.
what is happening? The and everything was about fashion, and it was so judgmental.
Yeah.
This was the days before Oprah came and said, "You're all beautiful on the inside and whatever and whatever." You had to dress the part. You had to dress for success. You had to look good. People judge the way you look, the book by the cover. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
oh, look how she's wearing. Oh, look how he's wearing. Oh, look, he didn't comb his hair. He didn't shave. Oh, look, she didn't blow dry her hair. Oh, look, she didn't put her face on. She didn't do her makeup good. It was rough. It was rough. And that culture still exists somewhat today. It's not as rough as it was, but some of that snobbiness still exists. Some of that
Yeah.
culture still exists. The gossip is real.
Oh, sure.
So you got to contend with your self-confidence. You got to contend with your personality. You got to contend with what you believe, what your belief system is. And
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do. And you got to worry about yourself.
Yeah, don't worry about what the other people think.
Right? What is what type of the stylist do you want to be? What type of the person do you want to be? You will attract similar to how you are. You will get some different. Opposites do attract as well. I do have some snobby clients, but I don't have a lot because I
Yeah.
myself, not a snob.
Mm-mm.
I have a lot of psychotic and goofy ass crazy clients because I'm a psychotic goofy ass person myself. You know, so it all fits. And if you're complaining about your clientele, it's kind of like a mirror on the wall. It's a reflection of your own self. So if you are not happy with the type of the clientele that you have, you got to look at how are you acting professionally behind the chair, because you
Yeah.
attract what you put out. So yeah, the toxic salon environment.
Yeah, that brings me to the next thing. How you were saying is like, how is it like losing like longtime clients? Like how you were saying, like if they're like kind of toxic, it's almost like, and you're not matching up. It's almost like you have to let them go instead of stressing yourself out.
Losing clients is rough.
Yeah, and especially they've been with you for a while.
Going back to the emotional, it's a relationship. It's a
Yeah.
professional relationship, but it's still a relationship. And I've talked about this before. You're having clients, some stylists call them guests, some clients call them patients, a stylist call them patients, some stylists call them clients, some stylists call them their friends. The stylist client relationship is a form of intimacy, whether it's at a surface level, an emotional level. I'm not talking about physical.
Yeah.
It's a form of intimacy, and that emotional exchange is impactful to both sides of it. It's a relationship, and you're with somebody for a while, whether it's 6 months or 6 years or 10 years, however long you are. I mean, I've had some clients, I knew them before they got married.
Okay.
I did
Yeah,
their hair
true.
while they were pregnant. Then they got kids. Now I'm doing the kids' hair. The kids are teenagers.
Yeah.
It's wild. I watch these kids grow up. It's then you see them go away to college and you're like, oh man, you ain't gonna be around no more. I'm only gonna see you once a year or twice a year instead of every couple of weeks you came with your ma, sitting there
Yeah.
eating your little snacks, your little snack pack and stuff like that, drawing your little things that I would put on my
Yeah.
stage. Like
That's
it's
cool. I
it's
know.
cool, right? Like you see the little kiddos come in with their parents while you're doing their parents' hair. And then inevitably the cycle of life, them parents become the grandparents.
Right.
And
And you
then
get to watch all that. Like, wow.
you get to watch all that. And then one day that client dies and the daughter comes in and she says, oh yeah, she really liked you and blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. Stories about, how you used to do her hair. And then get off the morbid track. I mean, just some clients don't die. They just move away. They move out of
Yeah,
state.
they
They
move.
move to a different town. They move further away and they don't want to travel or they can't travel as much anymore. That happens as well. Then, there's the financial thing.
Mm.
Times are tough. Sometimes you can't afford to do low price things or to give clients a deal. You got to raise your price. You have to raise your
The
prices.
price.
And some clients can't afford you no more. All the way around, there's so many aspects that go into it. I mean, the worst one that happened to me was I was with a client, or I had a client for a long time. And unfortunately, her mentality shifted.
Yeah, that could
And her
happen.
belief system shifted. And they did not line up. But she felt the need to be more outspoken about her new beliefs.
Mm.
and I didn't care for them. It didn't match up with my beliefs. I was still willing to do her hair, but I didn't want to have to justify agreeing with her or disagreeing with her. I didn't
Yeah.
want to sit there and have to debate with her. I didn't want to, I just wanted to enjoy my time with her because I'd known her for so long. I was willing to even listen to her rant, whether I agreed with it or not. I was willing to listen to her just so she can release. But she felt the need to engage and she wanted confrontation. She wanted so hard to convert me. And I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care enough about that. We had to separate because of that.
Yeah.
It's that was rough because I didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do anything wrong. The services, there was nothing wrong. Nothing was wrong. We spent all these decades with each other. It just, her belief system changed. And the way she wanted to, well, I guess she did do something wrong. She wanted to impose her belief system upon me,
Mm.
and I won't be impressed. I won't have anybody else's stuff impressed upon me. I'm just too hard-headed like that. And I just don't care enough about arguing about politics, about stuff. I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't. Right. It's like, don't talk
So
to me about politics or religion.
I, I'm willing to discuss it. So like, I don't know, I'm a little more open-minded. I'm willing to discuss it, but I'm not taking a side because I don't care about either side.
Right, I'm not gonna take a side. Like, you could generally speak, but don't go heavy. Like, oh, this is that, and that is. It's like, stop.
It's rough. It's rough. So yeah, then there's scenarios like that and situations like that. Man, I hope. Do you have more than that? Because I'm stressed out.
I know. Well, I guess to wrap it up, what are the like overall beauty industry problems? Like overall.
We just went through them all. I go, look, the overall industry problems.
I mean, yes, we did.
The government needs to back off the beauty schools and allow the beauty schools to test the students out on what is
Yes.
actually necessary. The core sanitation things need to be in there. I understand, but politics shouldn't be involved in beauty industry stuff. Legality is important. I understand, but I think everybody's way too sue happy. And I think the court system and the legal system is way too insane. Everybody's scared of their own freaking shadow because there's too many, there's just too much stuff going on. So I think that rework so the school can actually focus not 10% practicality, but they can inject more percentage of time with the students on practical things behind this chair. So when the student graduates and they're coming to a salon, they're not having to waste the first 5 years of their career catching up to the rest of the industry. I think stylists measure experience with years of being in the industry, and I don't agree with that. Yes, I appreciate that you've been around for this many years and you've seen this many things comes and go, because every trend becomes old, becomes new again with a twist.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you're like, I don't need education, everything is the same, I've seen it all come around, I was there, I invented the piano tie. It's like, nah, man, you got to keep up with it. You got to stay open-minded. This whole, you suck and you guys can't do this and you guys can't do that and you youngins and you old people, the generational thing is stupid. It's really stupid because
it's not young versus old. It's like, okay, the young could have one aspect of something and the old is like, okay, this is a different angle or aspect, right?
And I love doing that in my classes. I'll have a stylist that's less than 10 years in the industry. I'll have another stylist sit right next to her that's got 10 plus years in the industry, 20, 30 plus years in the industry. And I have them together. And it's fascinating and amazing to see the foundational core of how a trend is done or was created, the belief behind it, to how it has evolved now and how both can learn from each other. So I think all the way around, that's awesome. And I don't know, that's my main hangups with the industry, is that everything is a trend. Everybody's chasing a trend. Don't worry about the client in your chair. What is their type of hair? What is going to look good for them? Don't force them. That's my biggest problem. Don't be a copy machine just because it's like, I saw this. I want, and it's like, okay, yeah, you can have a version of that for your type of hair. Your type of hair can do this. So
Right. That's what it comes down to.
I'm drained out. I'm
Yeah,
drained. That was a heavy conversation. That's a heavy
that
topic.
was.
Thank you all for watching. You know, best way to
Thank you.
support us, go to the Profitable Stylist Academy. Check us out. Thank you all for watching. Stay up to date.
Yeah.
Give us a comment. What is some of the things that stress you guys out? What do you do to prevent burnout? Go out there, make a difference, be profitable, stay profitable. We'll catch you next week.